The first thing we're going to tell you is about the types of cards. There are 3 types of cards. For the record, each deck has 60 cards in total, and it can only have 4 of the same cards. Pokemon has 3 types of evolutions: Basic Pokemon, Stage 1 Pokemon, and Stage 2 Pokemon. And the types are Grass, Fire, Water, Lighting, Psychic, Fighting, Darkness, Metal, Dragon, and Normal. And if you have a look at a card, it says the name of the Pokemon, energy, damage, weakness, resistance, and retreat call. I'll explain it more in the future video. Next is basic energy card that can be played for an attack or a retreat. You can have as many basic energy cards as you want for your own deck. We also have special energy card that is not only played for energy, but special effects to avoid attacks from your opponent and so on. Next, we have trainer cards. We have items. When it is your turn, you can play as many items cards as you want, but they'll have to be discarded once they are played. And here we have Pokemon tools. Once we play them, we attach them to the Pokemon we use, but one tool card can only be applied per Pokemon. So you cannot attach more than one tool to each Pokemon or even change the attached tool. Next, we have Supporter, which can be played only once when it is your turn. Once played, it'll have to be discarded. However, it can be played in the first round for your opponent. The last one is Stadium. We can only play one of them when it is your turn. Once played, it has to stay right there. Each player can use the effect, but cannot have the same Stadium cards placed on top of each card. How to play Pokemon card. To play Pokemon cards, here are the things you need: a deck of 60 cards, coins, damage counter, poison, burn marker, and a playmat that has a place to put your deck, bottle Pokemon, bench Pokemon, and discard cards. Then we can finally prepare for the battles. First, shuffle your deck well and put it right here, and make sure to say "yoroshiku onegaishimasu" to your opponent. Do janken to decide who goes first, and draw 7 cards from the top of the deck. These cards are called your hand, and do not show them to your opponent. Place your battle Pokemon, and then choose a basic Pokemon and place it on the battlefield with the card facing down. Next, place your bench Pokemon. After placing your battle Pokemon, if you have more basic Pokemon in your hand, you can place up to 5 Pokemon on your bench. But it is okay if you do not place any. Place your side and take 6 cards from the top of the deck. Without looking, place them on the side. Finally, you are ready for your battles. If you don't have a basic Pokemon when you are placing your battle Pokemon, show your hand to the opponent and let them check that you truly don't have any basic Pokemon. Put them into your deck and shuffle. After that, pick 7 cards again. In the previous video, we learned how to prepare for a Pokemon battle. Now we are finally going to play it. At first, you have to know several ways to win a battle. One is that we take all the prizes by knocking out an opponent's Pokemon. Next, we can also win a battle when our opponent has no Pokemon in play. Lastly, when our opponent has no deck to pick any card from, it means our winning a battle. Next, I'll tell you about what you can do when it's your turn. You pick a card from the top of your deck. You attach energy. Just to know that for each turn, you can attach energy from your hand. Use trainer cards and cards for items. Tools, supporter, and stadium. But you can only use one supporter card from your hand for each turn. Evolve a Pokemon. You can evolve your Pokemon in play into Stage 1 Pokemon that's in your hand. Although Pokemon that you have just used cannot evolve for its first turn, it's not limited how many times you can evolve your Pokemon for each turn. But basic Pokemon cannot be evolved into Stage 2 Pokemon. Use ability. You can use the ability of your Pokemon in play. But depending on the type of ability, the number of times or the timing for it to be used is sometimes restricted. So you'll need to make sure of that beforehand. For example, the ability of this Pidgeot allows you to pick your favorite cards from your deck. Changing Pokemon. We can use an energy card to exchange benched Pokemon with Pokemon in play. Note that we need 2 energy cards to retreat. Finally, to attack. If your Pokemon has the energy to attack, you can attack, but once you have attacked, your turn is over. You don't necessarily have to follow the order to play, but you just have to know when it's your first turn, you pick a deck, and for your last turn, you attack. So you do this over and over until one of you guys meets the requirements for winning a battle. But you just have to think what you have to do for your turn. We have just covered the basic way of playing a battle. Now you can go have fun with it.